Right, good evening. Tonight is Thursday, December 11th. It is 7 p.m. and we are in the City of Cottage Grove Council Chambers. I'd like to call to order the South Washington County Telecommunications Commission. Executive Director Scheisluth, could you please do the roll call?
Commissioner Ingeman. Here.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Commissioner Downs.
Here.
Commissioner Thiede.
Here.
Commissioner Bloom.
Here.
Commissioner Date.
Here.
Commissioner Wilczek. Here. Commissioner James.
Here.
Commissioner Davis.
Here.
Commissioner Polta.
Here.
Also present is Legal Counsel Michael Bradley, Lonnie Garland, and myself, Ann Schweisguth.
All right, thank you. We'll move on to the public comment portion of our meeting. We do not have anyone here in person. So we will move on to approval of the agenda. Be looking for a motion?
Move the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the agenda is approved, and the first item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Again, I'll be looking for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve consent agenda?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the consent agenda is approved. We'll now move on to our reports, starting with the staff report. Executive Director Schweisluth.
Thank you, Chair and Commission members. Just a quick update. We had our 2 open houses at Central Park on October 30th and November 2nd. Went really well. I think we talked to over 200 people that night. Probably one of our best engagement events of the year, which I kind of think reinforces the idea that us being in a community building is going to be really beneficial to us. So a lot of people came in. Some people knew who we were. Some people didn't. They wanted to learn more about us. So very successful. Let's see. We do plan to work with a financial consultant in Q1 of next year to conduct that franchise fee review, which will cover 3 years. We're going to partner with some local stations to keep our costs down, and that's already in our budget for next year. So that's exciting to do that. You may have noticed that in the packet, we have bookmarked the agenda, so you can easily jump to different parts of the agenda. So hopefully we find that helpful. And I was elected to the MACTA board recently. They had an opening. Bob served for a couple of years, decided not to continue. I put my name in the ring, and no one else ran against me, but I was still elected. So that'll be a 2-year term starting. We have our annual retreat tomorrow. So that will be good to keep up with all of that. And I will turn it over to Lonnie.
Thanks, Ann. Chair and Commissioners, it's been a pretty busy year. Central Park, for the most part, we have up and running. It's the little things that get you. So there's some bugs we're still working through, but for the most part, it's a very nice facility, has some wonderful technology in it. I think the community is very excited about it. We're excited about it. Thank you for your support and helping with all that because it was a very large project. Some other things going on. Simple things. We're helping St. Paul Park out with a monitor. Some smaller projects. We're doing a video wall here at Cottage Grove. Some maintenance stuff at the end of the year. Not a lot of things going on right now. We will be doing the holiday train, so we have our hand muffs and everything ready to go and try to stay warm for that. We will stream it on our YouTube channel, and it will be on channel 18 as well. So we're excited about, it's nice doing live events like that, because I think, especially it being so cold, I think it's good for the community. They get to witness what's going on.
See, now you won't be able to get the drone up though, right? Or
No, it is a little too cold for a drone, yeah, no drones. I'll be lucky if I'm able to function at that temperature, but yeah.
And even last year, you were having some.
Last year was pretty
issues,
cold as well, yeah. If I memory serves me right, the last 4 years have been pretty chilly. So this one's gonna be a cold one, but we'll be all right. We'll dress for it, and as long as the cameras stay
Heck,
on,
we're
we'll be all right.
Minnesotans, aren't we?
That's right.
And that'll be Saturday, this Saturday.
This Saturday, yep.
About 5 o'clock.
Yep.
So tune in. I think it's supposed to be negative 20 something with the feels
Yeah.
like temp. So it'll be a
About
cold one.
-2 at that time.
I thought it was usually a weeknight, so I didn't have it in my mind that it was Saturday, but it's not really going to get much worse for you than Saturday.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Pick a day of the week, it would have been better than Saturday, but that's okay.
It is a great service though, because it's so cold, people won't be able to come out, some people. And so they'll be able to watch it on YouTube and the cable
I
channel.
did hear
So
we met our goal for funding or for donations and things like that for the Friends in Need, so. And I think that was at like 125. But
And there might be a way we could help promote it on screen as well, so we're looking at
that's
some
kind of what I was
options.
thinking, right?
So we're still working with the committee on what they want to do.
Online donations, can you do that online?
I think there was a discussion about putting a QR code on the
Yeah.
screen that people could click and then
you go.
donate to the food shelf.
They're still working through some of that stuff, so
All right.
we'll get something up there for them to see. Other than that, we know that you like watching videos, so we brought, Ann and I brought a video from Dan Hiding, who's one of our multimedia producers, and it's about the artist that did some of the artwork at Central Park. So it's a back and enjoy.
I'm painting murals for Woodbury, in particular for the indoor play area called Lookout Ridge. So the idea is that when kids are climbing the playground equipment, they'll be climbing up on a ridge and getting a view and feeling like they're in the river valley. These paintings I'm hoping to have finished at the end of the summer. We'll scan them, blow them up bigger on a printed vinyl material and install them at Central Park. I hope that the kids who are playing in the playground really get a sense of that they're climbing up these bluffs in the St. Croix River Valley. As you're climbing up, things change, and then you have these nice views. So I hope the kids get that sensibility.
I'm super excited to be here at Mercury Mosaics, seeing how my ideas of my paintings are being translated into these amazing mosaics that they're making. Both of these are giant walls that are going to be at Central Park. One is a feature wall that is of oak trees, and it was purposely selected because we really wanted to reflect the trees of the Woodbury area. And I'm a huge tree fan, so it was a really great experience to have a little piece of biophilia put into there and have it be done in tile so that it can really hold up for a long period of time. Hi, we're here at Central Park and the mural's done now, so I'm gonna go get to see it for the first time. Let's go check it out. Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, I love how they wrapped the corner too. It's fantastic.
Wow! That is so cool. Oh man, God, they did a good job, really good job.
It's fun to get to touch it. Just love the idea of like how all of these things came together to make this happen.
You know, when it's smaller and you blow it up 3.5 times bigger, you know, what's gonna happen with that detail? It's even better. Anything I'm making, I'm putting a certain amount of energy into them. And then people respond and adding their own thoughts and feelings and energy into that object as well. And then over time, it becomes something more.
I think art too many times is perceived as being really elitist and not having a general audience. And having these civic buildings have this kind of real investment that is of a museum quality is really key to all the generations that come forward.
So Dan spent 1.5 years following those two artists, and I thought it was really, really cool how he was able to get their first reaction to their art being at that size. So that was kind of a fun video. It took a long time. It's always like on the list, you know, so it's fun to see it kind of finalize. And that's our report.
Excellent, thank you. Well, congratulations on your appointment to MACTA. We will move on to the legal report.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members. Speaking of great works of art, you should see the comments that we filed on your behalf at the FCC. In our legal report for December that was sent out, I think, earlier this week to you all by email. There's links to the comments, there's links to a summary of what we filed. Please just take a moment to look at that when you can. There was an action alert on some federal legislation that went out as well. Ann may have shared that with you as well. So please look at that, notify your cities if you think it's appropriate. I know Ann is working with MACTA and others on that piece as well. And then lastly, I was just in Massachusetts speaking at the ACM Northeast Annual Conference. So I went to the Hamptons. I had never been to the Hamptons before. But we had a really great group there. And we were talking about community media funding, sustainable community media funding for the future. So, and we talked a lot about legislation. The group was very interested in what this group did with broadband franchising. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll move on to unfinished business. The first item is the review of bylaws. I'll turn it back to you, Mr. Bradley.
Okay, so you have in front of the commission are the amended bylaws. These were reviewed and recommended approval at the executive committee meeting. There's not a ton of changes. I think the red line that's in the packet just reflects the changes that were made from the executive committee. And is that right, Ann? I think.
Yeah, I think the biggest change probably is the order of the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Going down a little bit more.
Yeah, so just a housekeeping item in Article 6, Section 2 on kind of the timing of when we hold elections. And then, like Ann said, in Article 7, Section 9, that just reflects just a new way of presenting the meeting agenda, you know, moving forward. And I think there was some discussion on the, the publication of minutes, Article 7, Section 15. And we just wanted to make sure that there wasn't a legal requirement that we had it at 30 versus 60. Having it at 60 is fine. And in fact, we may, in a future bylaws review, we may just delete that section entirely at some point. And I think that is it. Our recommendation as your attorney and staff is to approve the bylaws as amended and presented to you.
I don't think they can approve that till January, Mike.
Oh, this is the meeting that, yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're presenting it to you this meeting, and then we can probably have it on the consent agenda at the following meeting. There's a requirement that we have in the bylaws that says we have to basically show the changes to the bylaws a meeting ahead of time before we vote on it.
So I got a question. So the one thing that's new, and I don't know if it's bylaws or it would be in the joint powers agreement or where, but, you know, typically when we brought on like, you know, Comcast and so forth, it was for essentially services to all 5 cities. So now a couple things have changed, you know, with the deal with Woodbury and how we're doing some of the yeah, franchise and so forth. Is that something that, and I didn't see it in the bylaws, but is that something that would be in there or in the, or should it be somewhere? Because there's
Chair.
money coming in from those things, and, or does it just continue to be that it just gets shared based on subscribers and not necessarily where the money's coming in from, or, you know what I'm saying?
Chair and members, the bylaws wouldn't address that. The bylaws really address how meetings are run, how business is conducted, here.
Got it.
The Joint Powers Agreement is a broader document that talks about, how votes are counted and all these types of things. So I think your point is a good one, and at some point, we'll have to address, how we deal with the broadband franchise that is providing the franchisee is providing service to one city, and not all the member cities. But that'll be a discussion at a later, I'm sure it'll be discussed at some point in 2026, but
Got it.
not now.
All right, thanks.
Any other questions? Okay, so I don't think we need a motion or anything. We're just going to put this on consent
Right.
agenda for January. All right, great. Let's go ahead and move on to the 2026 final proposed budget.
So in your packet is the 2026 final proposed budget. This is the third time the commission has seen the budget. The only difference in this budget worksheet is the actual numbers for 2025 have been updated to December 1st. We discussed this pretty heavily at our executive committee meeting. The executive committee did recommend approval of the budget, and we're looking at a decrease in franchise and PEG fees. So we're also decreasing our expenses. And yeah, that is Mr. Thiede.
So just in the first thing here, it might just be you didn't change a heading. The revenue has the column listed as December 1st. The expenses all have it listed as mid-year. Now, if it's actually mid-year, then, if I'm looking at those numbers and double them for the full year or something like that. See, if you look at where the second worksheet page, it has 2025 says mid-year.
Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that was just my mistake. That should say December 1st.
That's kind of what I thought. I
Yep.
just wanted to.
Thank you for
make
pointing
sure.
that out. I'll change that for the final.
And then without having any necessarily a total revenue minus expense, when I did the math, we're budgeting 2026 for with expenses, $10,452 more than revenue. We're budgeting a loss then?
Expense. Yeah, essentially,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to, again, make sure that there was,
Generally, we don't go right up to budget number. Usually we have extra.
how it all works, but
Yeah, some other years, there's been a lot larger gap. I tried to make that as small as I could.
yep.
Cutting lines is actually very difficult when you have a large number. So, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure of those couple of things. Otherwise, I'm good.
It was a good find about the numbers, and now I'm just thinking about whether or not we are comfortable, in principle, approving a unbalanced budget, even knowing most likely what will happen.
Well, things would come out of the, ultimately, it decreases our reserve, if that should actually happen that way. And I know you didn't have on there, I was trying to look again, but what is our current balance in reserves? And that's all in, what is it, a 4F with the League of Minnesota Cities yet?
Yeah, it's in a 4M fund.
4F.
Yep. And I believe right now, I'd have to look at the balance sheet,
Okay.
but I think it's around, it's under because of our project.
Right.
We had talked about utilizing reserve funds for the Central Park office build. So it will be under, and any, excess money this year will go to fund that for probably this year
Get back up to
and next year,
policy.
until it gets back up to our reserve fund
Policy, yeah.
policy. Correct.
Okay.
And Chair, I did look back, because I noticed the same thing that Dave did. And I went back a couple years, and we've been at a deficit on our budget at this point for a couple years.
Okay.
So it seems to be, like Ann says, she does the best she can, but what do you do, right?
Yeah.
So this is not new.
Okay. I appreciate everyone's very detailed eyes. Any other questions about the budget? Okay, then I will be looking for a motion to approve the final budget.
Motion to approve the 2026 final budget.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the budget is approved. Okay, we will move on to the next item, which is our channel policy.
Just get that up for you. So our channel policy, we brought that to the executive committee meeting in October. This policy is essentially a document that states the commission's objectives, programming, guidelines, and procedures regarding the operation of TrueLens programming, distributed to the cable channels and online, so all our YouTube and social media video content. The policy was last updated in 2011, so there certainly was some things that needed to be updated. We went through this policy kind of line by line, and the executive committee did recommend approval, but they also wanted to include podcasting in the policy, which we did add under core services and general program guidelines. So we added that in there, and that should make it all whole.
Again, this might just be, it's probably maybe not in the real document, but the document online under subscription-based services. The sentence actually goes, TrueLens programming, streaming online and website video on demand as a free SERVI, and then it just drops off. There's nothing else.
Oh, look at that. Yeah,
So if it,
something must have,
I assume that the real document probably isn't that way.
yeah,
For some
no.
reason, the online is that way, but just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I think it's really just missing the C and the E. I don't,
And then that could all be just all it is. I wasn't sure, because then the rest of the page is blank, and then it goes to Appendix A, so.
we'll double check for you real quick.
Is this one we can approve tonight, or do we have to wait on this one too?
Yes, we are looking for approval.
Approve tonight. Yeah.
And we can, add that
Right.
aspect of making that typo correction. But any other questions aside from that? Okay,
Otherwise, it looked all right.
I'll be looking for a motion for approval
Motion to approve the channel policy
Second,
with
with,
the C and E on it, yeah.
completion of the final sentence.
There you go.
All right, so we have a motion and a second for that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that is approved. All right, the final item on our unfinished business is the Joinder Agreement. Attorney Bradley.
Okay, Madam Chair and members, you'll recall that when we passed the broadband franchise with Intrepid, we included a provision in that document that required all of the open access service providers, so the users of the open access system, to be able to join onto the master franchise agreement through a Joinder Agreement. We worked with Intrepid in developing just a very simple one-page form that the service providers can sign on to. And that's what's in front of you today. So this is a negotiated document with Intrepid. And we're asking for your approval of this document and to approve that, that your executive director can sign off on these joinder agreements when they're presented. I'm happy to answer any questions. This also went before the executive committee, as I recall, and was recommended for approval.
Right. Any questions? Okay, so we are looking for a motion to approve the joinder agreement.
I'll move to approve the adjourned agreement.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that is approved.
Do we also need a motion to authorize Mr. Reskuth to sign off on that?
Yeah, let's do that. That would be great.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we authorize the executive director to sign off on approved joinder agreements.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that is approved. All right. New business, the 2026 Officer Nominating Committee. We have this order of business at our last meeting every year. And I'll be looking for 3 volunteers to join the Nominations and Election Committee to develop a slate of candidates for the officer elections at our annual commission meeting in January. So I'll be looking for 3 volunteers.
I'll volunteer.
Thank you.
I will volunteer.
Thank you. One more.
I'll volunteer.
Excellent.
I was looking at Tom.
Thank you, guys.
Enough stuff going
He's still
on.
trying to figure out if he's still here.
All right, we have 3 volunteers. Thank you all so much for doing that. And I think that's all we need to do for that. So we can move right on to the next item, which is the 2026 commission meeting schedule.
Yes, in looking at the 2026 commission meeting schedule, we always have our meetings on the third or the 4th Thursday of every month, alternating between a regular commission meeting here at 7 p.m. or an executive committee meeting at 5 p.m. At Woodbury City Hall. Recommending that maybe we simplify things and just pick one time for all our meetings. Perhaps 6 o'clock would be an ideal time. It's not too late, not too early. Also recommending that we continue our meetings, our regular meetings here at Cottage Grove City Hall, but moving our executive committee meetings to Central Park. Just wanted to get some feedback. That schedule will get approved at our January meeting, but just wanted to see if that was agreeable to the group.
Any discussion on the 6 p.m. start time?
No. It would just be changing this meeting to be at 6. The other one was already at 6.
That one was at 5.
Oh,
So it'd be
okay.
changing both, so they're just at one
okay.
time at 6.
6 is probably better for people.
Yeah, I was thinking, 5 o'clock's a little early for some people if they're working.
know.
And that, it might work for our current board, but future board, it might be difficult if you have a job that goes till 5. And 7 kind of gets a little late sometimes, I suppose.
It's reasonable.
Okay. All right, it seems like we have consensus on the 6 o'clock, aside from possibly our attorney.
I don't know about, so.
Well, hopefully it won't totally throw a wrench in things for you. And then any comments on the dates, meeting schedule, location?
Well, the location will probably stay where it is until we move, right?
We can probably start meeting at Central Park
Early.
at our next executive meeting.
Can.
Yeah. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Paying for it already, right?
We're not technically paying for it until we move in, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll still let us.
They're great partners, and Woodbury's always given us meeting rooms for this board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, since we're going to final approve that in January, I don't think there's any action here, but you have good direction.
Thank you.
I'm going to move on to commission comments and requests. Do we have any? All right, I'll just say it's been a pleasure working with all of you in 2025. I'm looking forward to 2026. We are now going to move into a closed meeting for the performance evaluation of Executive Director pursuant to Minnesota Statute 13D.05 Subdivision 3 to conduct a performance evaluation of our Executive Director. Following the completion of that closed session, we will come back to this meeting and take action on our closed session and close out the meeting. All right, so we'll move into our closed session.